Hey everyone, welcome to a special episode of the Restroom Recovery podcast. This is actually a solo cast based on my experience at the Biohacking Congress, a little after action review. Are some key takeaways that I had from the event, why it's important to attend these events, whether you're a professional looking to be a professional or just looking to work on your own personal health. I would highly encourage you to attend one of these events at least one time, because there's a ton to learn, a ton of amazing people who are brilliant, but also can explain the value of some of the things from newer supplements being developed based on new science being revealed that are supportive of our body, working with our body, and then also some amazing technology. Technology gets a bit of a bad rap in some ways, but I think what we heard at the event, one of the key things was technology is going to help us bridge that divide in many ways. So, and there were a number of very cool devices that are healing and using energy medicine. So I'll start with, well, the first takeaway was exactly that technology will be the bridge to help get us to either affirming I'll call it old science, a lot of things that were proven out or been aware of, but now with technology being able to get depth and breadth on what is accurate about those assumptions, and then some ways to enhance that. But the key one was that I took away was mitochondrial health, the importance of that although there's not a direct way to test right now your mitochondria, you can derive and assume, get a feel for how healthy your mitochondria is. Not something I'm going to get into here. You can catch a number of the interviews now, I believe, on the YouTube channel for Biohacking Congress. I would encourage you to look at a couple of them. One, Ben Azadi talks from a keto perspective and talks about autophagy and how that supports the mitochondria. Dr. Neil Paulvin was phenomenal, really dug into the issues with mitochondrial health. Tremendous presentation on that. More importantly, he also gave a number of supplements and peptides and really options to help reclaim your health, specifically the mitochondria, and how that is at a cellular level really the root that facilitates everything else, along with really healthy blood. The next one is minerals matter, the ability to absorb them, to get them in our body. Two folks that I would encourage you is Catherine Arnston. She is from Energy Bites, and so it's a plant-based medicine, just phenomenal stuff. There'll be an episode coming out with her in an interview that I was fortunate to have. Also, Barton Scott, previous interview from Upgraded Formulas. They've got a really cool way of being able to make mineral absorption a higher ability to absorb it into your body using nanotechnology. And so I would encourage you to do that. And really, magnesium was one of the key ingredients that I heard from this event and heard in other venues, including a previous episode with another guest. So 3, mindset. Mindset has been an area that I've always overlooked. I just thought it was woo-woo and, ignored it. But I'm realizing per episode 68, my conversation with Lisa Hillstrom, she said issues are in the tissues. And I heard that throughout the conference, including my brief conversation with Ken Close from Healy, in regards to what we think about and how we consider things, what we speak into our lives. Really does go at a cellular and molecular level into our body, into our tissues. And it's almost the personality, I'll call it, that our cells generate from, is that what we speak to it. And interestingly enough, during this time, one of my daughters was doing a science experiment where you speak into rice. And there's the 3 buckets. One is you speak loving, respectful things to, one you ignore, and one you speak unkind, ugly things, and seeing the result from that, where the ones that you ignored or spoke harshly to deteriorated and looked kind of ugly, where the other one was healthier, more vibrant, and alive. So, you speak life. Right? We want to speak life and consider that. And so what we could think about, what we consider, what we speak to ourselves, our families, is critically important, not just to mental health, but also it impacts our physical health. Hot and cold, the two extremes. Hot, love the hot, infrared sauna. So two friends there, Raleigh Duncan, who I had the opportunity to interview live there, and previously last year from infrared saunas, clear light infrared saunas, and the importance of heat and heat shock proteins. And I would encourage you to listen to my conversation with Raleigh and the presentation that he gave at Biohacking Congress. The other one is Therasage, really phenomenal group there, making accessibility to get in-home red light and infrared saunas. So I'm looking forward to getting that. I ordered one, so looking forward to that. And then cold, they talked a lot about the cold and the importance of cold plunges and the value of that from a health benefit perspective, how it supports your immune system. So that candidly is one that I have been avoiding like the plague, but I am going to consider that in the coming weeks and months to really get into that. There's even new devices. Some of the at-home version, the DIY version, is getting a cooler. Be careful, always be supported. I'm not a professional on this, but never do it alone, from what I understand. But there's cold plunge device that you can get for your home. And then number 5, Restroom Recovery is a must. It's not just because this is the Restroom Recovery podcast, but I heard it consistently, and I'm seeing a rise in the conversation that it's the third missing leg in culture, that we've been talking play hard and work hard, but we've always forgotten or not talked about enough to protect the rest hard. So it was an area of importance, whether it's recalibrating how you exercise, you're protecting your sleep, creating healthy sleep habits, getting that sleep hygiene locked in, but also giving yourself the grace that life happens, right? It's about trending. Everything is about trending. It's not that one night or 2 nights, really. It's how consistently are you able to get the 5 nights a week out of the 7, really locked in or close to it, and just being able to gradually adapt and adjust your day accordingly. Because as much as I'm still pursuing physical goals and want to push myself, my vision, my objective is longevity. So that changes from when we were younger, and even recently, on how we pursue our goals. Again, push yourself, but also allow yourself that time to recover and adapt. And as we age, we do need a little bit more time to do that. So it's something mentally we have to get through, but I know I do. Not as young as I once was, but I do plan on being younger than I will be in the future, meaning I'm not going to be the person in the wheelchair. My vision is, as I talked to Don Moxley in our interview coming out shortly from Longevity Labs, support Spermidine, and their efforts in mitochondrial health as well. I failed to mention them, but Don mentioned about he's in 3 phases and he's in a 3rd phase, and he wants to be able to be active with his grandchildren and his great-grandchildren. And that's a similar vision I have. And so my hope is that this podcast, this episode, and all the episodes that are out there is helping equip you to get to that point, to really institute longevity in mind and reclaiming your health one step at a time. So I want to thank you for listening. Please share far and wide. Check out the Biohacking Congress. You can see, if you sign up, you can get their content virtually. And I believe they've got the next event in March is in Las Vegas. So again, virtual, but you can also do it in person. So thank you so much for listening. Remember, be rested, be well.